The time control is 3 minutes each plus 2 seconds increment. And the first surprise already. After 1e4, Magnus has started with the Nimzovich defense. Provocative move, meaning that he brings his knight out to c6 on move 1, but now starting to transpose into the modern defense, giving white the center, but black will fianchetto his bishop and get castled. Very tentative start to this game. Faustino just developing his pieces here, very calmly. Magnus is the first to castle, and Faustino with a big decision. How does he complete his development? Which side does he castle his king? He moves his queen up, move given the thumbs up by the computer there, and decision time now, to castle or not to castle, to block up the center, or to explode things open. Faustino will show his hand, will show his mood over the next moves. And there we go, he castles. So brave, opposite side castling, meaning he really wants to attack the world number 1. He wants the win, he wants chaos. Magnus not looking too happy, but a pawn exchange there, and now just shuffling his rook to attack in the center. Again, Faustino now with some decisions to make. Does he trade off knights? Does he just defend his pawn in the center? There we go, he pushes a pawn himself, given the thumbs up again, and now Magnus has to decide how to attack that white king. He needs to do something before Faustino is ready to just throw pawns on the black king side, and white's attack will play itself. Long thing from Magnus here. What is he going to do? It is blitz, he's the king of blitz, and after a bit of a think, there we go, he lashes out, pushes his pawn in the center, trying to blow things open. He's hoping that the black pieces are ready, but are they? That is the big question. Faustino looking very calm. Magnus not looking too thrilled with his position. And a move, a pin, exclamation mark. The bishop comes out to put pressure on the black knight and the rook behind it. And Magnus now needs to come up with some very clever moves just to stay in the game. Already black is on the back foot. How to react? There we go, he moves his bishop out. It looks like a pawn sacrifice though. Will Faustino capture in the center? There's a black pawn up for grabs. That is the critical move. He's calmly thinking about it. He's stretching out. It's a big table. Magnus has the longer arms. Faustino will need to reach across the board at some point to capture those black pieces. Long think now by the youngster. He's calculating. He's looking into the future, trying to figure out exactly what comes next. What does Magnus have up his sleeve? Are there any tricks, tactics? Those normally happen when there are captures in the air. Magnus might be looking pretty nonchalant right now, but he's doing the same. He's trying to work out just how he finds compensation. If Faustino takes the pawn, and he does, there we go, a capture in the center. Will Magnus trade knights? He needs to move his knight away somewhere. There we go, he captures. There's tension now between the bishops. Faustino captures a black bishop, but given the thumbs down, not a good move. He should have probably taken that knight in the center, just calmly taking it back with his bishop. Magnus pausing. The obvious move would be to take back that bishop, but does he have something better up his sleeve? And he reaches for his knight, and it's a Zwischenzug sacrifice, a brilliant move. We saw the double exclamation marks appear there. The white queen was attacked. If the knight had been captured, then black would have taken back the white bishop on d7 with a slightly better pawn structure. We see that happen anyway. Faustino's going to take back that black knight with his queen instead. And the dust is settled finally. Level material after a bit of a tactical mess there. But Magnus, he has a great bishop. He has some open lines for his pieces. The white king is a bit airy. And, Magnus fumbling pieces, not for the first time recently. And there we go, he captures a knight. So now it's bishop for knight. White has some fantastic chances on the dark squares, but the pawn structure around the white king has been weakened. Magnus moves his queen forward. Faustino needs to be careful. This is a blitz game. He's been spending a long time on the clock. He looks over there. He needs to start mobilizing his pieces. The white king is going to be a problem long term now. Faustino wanted to attack on this game, but it looks like the shoe is on the other foot. He brings his rook across first, putting some pressure along the f5.